Hey guys, welcome back to Peak Performance Training for Tennis. My name is Idris Smith. I'm the High Performance Director at Wheaton Sports Center in Wheaton, Illinois, and I'm joined by Dr. Bryce Young. And Dr. Bryce, we've been talking, quite a bit, and one of the topics that that you brought up to me was something that really, excuse me, really resonated with me, and I was definitely very interested. So hopefully, all goes well in filming this segment. Was that there's three keys to a champion's game. So, you know, please, by all means, I am all ears and definitely want to hear about this.
Well, the three keys are pretty apparent to all of us who play the sport or coach the sport. Physical, moving, hitting, executing your shots. You're using your strokes. Mentally, how's your focus? How's your attention from the first point through match point? Are you on a roller coaster of ups and downs? Do you gradually get better and stronger as the match goes? Um, I have something I like to call first ball focus, which uh, a fellow resident here on Hilton Head, Tommy Shimada, taught me. Played on the ATP Tour. Tom said, when you play the ATP Tour in doubles and you fly halfway across the world for one and you're done, you better have first ball focus.
Mm,
And I love that because FBP, first ball focus, is when you walk onto the court, you are already dialed in, which is so different from so many league matches or school matches that we see in amateur tennis where the person says, well, I'm going to kind of work my way in, and you're already down a service break. You don't even know the match started.
mm.
So the mental part is how clear is your intention for each point, and how focused are you? How dialed in are you with your attention? The emotional part is that's another roller coaster. Um, if it's a competitive match at all, we all get challenged. Now, sometimes we're our own biggest challenge because our game's not working that day. Where did my forehand go? I can't buy a first serve. You just feel the frustration building up there. Okay, um, or the emotional part can be, I win that set in a tie break, and I'm like, yes, but that's only a set.
Mm.
We still have a long way to go here. And so basically what we coach with and what we teach as mental coaches is, even though you may spend 80-90% of your time hitting balls, it's way more than 10% of your game when you compete. The mental and the emotional are huge. And
So
so
I have a quick question for you. So
you bet.
about a summer ago, I took my youngest son to a tournament at the University of Notre Dame, and um, he had just retired, but head coach Bobby Bayless, he had just retired, and he had watched my youngest son, play part of a match. And so I'm listening to you talking about first ball focus. Well, one of the things that my son did was he won the first set, and then in the second set, he got real tight, got real tentative, and so one of the things that he ended up losing that match. Um, I think he lost. He lost like a 10-point tiebreaker. But one of the things that Coach Bayless said to him was that a lot of times we have a tendency to protect our score, and that has hit for me for a long time. And so now listening to you about first ball focus is that you can tell that it seems like on almost on every single point when you start your match, you've got to make sure that you have that first ball focus.
Uh, no, absolutely. And another great Midwestern coach, since you're in Illinois, was Craig Tiley when he was at the University of Illinois. And Craig who's now the head of Tennis Australia, was nice enough to invite uh, my partner and wife Linda LeClaire and me to speak to Tennis Australia for the Grand Slam Coaches Conference. What
Mm,
he used to tell his players is, nobody gets to play golden sets, 6 times 4 points, 24 points, 2 sets in a college match, that would be 48 points. He said, if you even thought of a perfect match, that's 48 individual focus points. That's 48 individual little battles you play, and you have to play those sequences. There's no point that counts more than a point or less than a point. It's just simply another point. And so when I talk about the 3 keys to being a champion, what I can share with you is physically, how do we keep, my bumper sticker, quiet mind, fluid body. How do we allow ourselves to relax our muscles, quiet our mind down, so that we can recognize the shot coming across the net to us, get in position to execute our shot, and then go into our play, recover, prepare. The ball goes out of play, bam, that one is gone. Now I'm into my recovery. I'm heading back across the baseline, focusing my breathing. That's going to take care of some of the emotion. Let it go. If I lost the point, if I won the point, that's it. All day, I can run this play. I've got it. All right. We're getting ourselves ready to walk back up the baseline, so that emotionally, I want us at least neutral to positive. I want us in that range, never starting a game or a point frustrated, stuck with our energy or our attention, angry, discouraged. Obviously, if we're in that emotional state, we're not ready to play the point, and we shouldn't be up at the baseline. We should be back at the towel and getting ready to play a new point, a new little battle, as we call it. Very quick story in closing. Arthur Ashe from Richmond, Virginia, would come to the University of Virginia. And one time when he was between tour events, he was nice enough to hit with 3 of our University of Virginia men's players. And so for Arthur, he's doing them a big favor. For them, it's a big deal. And they played some doubles, and everybody had their share of good shots. The college players, Arthur's just playing well within himself. It's a break from the tour, but this is the NC2A finals for them. They're with Arthur Ashe, and he's come off the ATP, which is their dream. Everybody hit some good shots. At the end, one of the players very respectfully said, "Mr. Ashe, what's the difference between you and us? What's the difference between playing the tour or winning a Grand Slam and us playing college tennis just hoping to play the tour?" And he was very thoughtful about it. He said, "I think the difference is everybody on the tour has game. Everybody on the tour can play." But he said, the champions have the ability to put all their attention and all their energy into a point and advance through, win or lose, to the next point with the same amount of energy and attention. And I like to call it positive attention, positive energy from the first point through match point. And so if you're doing the mental part, you're keeping your focus on what my targets are, what I want to do with my pre-serve and pre-return routine, which we can get into in another segment. And emotionally, how do I keep bringing myself back at least neutral, at the very least neutral, but hopefully with positive energy flowing into my next point from the first point through match point. That triggers me using my best game. It's not the opposite. There are only maybe 10% of our matches in a whole year when everything clicks. It's just, I'm out of my mind. Anything I touch is golden. Every shot I hit it's all first serves. Every return goes in. Every passing shot I try, I convert. no player has the majority of their matches go that way because we have somebody across the net who's there to challenge us and make us as uncomfortable as possible to take us out of our game. So we have to take really good care of ourselves. And I agree with the great Arthur Ashe. You need all three keys. And he was wonderful in all three areas. You looked at his poise emotionally. You looked at mentally, the way he stayed focused from the first point through match point, and what a beautiful flowing game we got to enjoy.
Man, I really wish I could have, watched him more grown up. But anyway, Dr. Young, as well, as always, thank you for taking the time to, to talk to me and to talk to our viewers. And please let them know where they can actually get a hold of you and contact you at, please.
Simply go to yourmentalcoach.com. We should have some phone numbers on there, and I welcome your calls.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us.